Hey there. As I film this, I'm sensing a rising sense of discomfort and existential dread that I feel the need to express. And what really bothers me and has been sitting on my brain unexpressed is the notion that we live in a society where everybody's suffering an identity crisis. Nobody really knows who they are anymore. Think about that question. Who do you think you really are? Think about that just for a minute. I think many of us on this plane of reality are either suffering from an identity crisis, or we have outgrown the role that we play externally on the surface. We have changed, but we've never been able to express the change to anybody else in our vicinity, for many reasons: for fear of scrutiny, because of the obvious manipulation of other people, the lack of understanding and empathy, and just the precedent in the world that if we do anything different, then we will be ostracized and persecuted, which is pretty much the precedent, and I accept that that's the case. I accept that nobody wants to be willing to be brazen or aware. Self-awareness is like a crime nowadays. They don't want you to ever be self-aware and to extrapolate any meaning from any of the pain and discomfort that you're perceiving. They just want that to be your silent suffering that makes you miserable, makes you hate life, that you never seek any peace or comfort from by doing anything different to combat. It's all an effort against our minds to make executive decisions that are good for us, basically. Especially if we're able-minded. They want to make us feel demoralized and patronized and stupid for not being able to express and do things that we want to do. And it's really reaching a bad peak, you know. Preventing life from happening is going to have some ill effects, obviously. You can't just play God with the world and human lives and expect for it to go well. This is unnatural. This goes against the order of the universe. And when I say that there's literally voodoo occurring on this planet, I do mean it. This is not normal waking life. We're not in Kansas anymore. And I think it's becoming obvious that this is not what life should have been. So I think we've reached that scary precedent where it's almost too heavy for most people to even bring up. You know, what could have been a humbling come to Jesus moment has literally turned into like what could be the end of times, pretty much. And I don't think anybody even cares. Everybody's too willfully ignorant and in denial and scared of the truth that they're just going to keep rolling into the absolute hellfire that they're destined for, pretty much. So I think it's just a sign of the times. People need to wake up, and they're not going to wake up unless it's a forceful shift that they can't handle. So hopefully you can. You know, grab your life vest. It's going to get rocky, and like sink or swim, everybody, at a certain point. It's almost comical to me because I see it so clearly, and I know there's people on this planet that still do see it clearly for what it is, but it will never be labeled as such because of the fear of scrutiny and everybody's inability to take accountability and to hold each other accountable. You know, we're all scared of that as well. We're all scared to hold each other accountable because we're forced to live amongst people that we may not like that much, since we know so much about and we've picked up on who they really are. It's a deceitful time period, and it's very reminiscent of an era before ours. So just make of that what you will. Hopefully that all clicks, but I wish you all well in your path. Try to enlighten one another. You very well could bridge the gap, or it could get weird and feel even worse. Who knows? That's the nature of this hell on earth experience, is that it's always insult to injury, and the best points that you make will never get heard, or if they do, they're only heard by the village idiot who never can do the right thing. So keep it moving and keep it blessed. Peace.